Hello everyone. Let's continue the interesting question about go to the future. Mm. Pretty Princess go to the future to see the World War III, right? Mm. Okay, let's say if you had a time machine right now mm, and go to the future mm, 3 years later, okay, and you 3 years later, and then you are able to see the World War III happen, and which is nuclear war, and billions of people died, mm. and you knew that fact, and then you came back right now present nowadays, and sitting in front of me, and I am the one who launched the war in the future, right? Mm. And then we about 1,000 people were planning. We were discussing everything on the earth, and then we finally reached our conclusions and agreement, mm, and launching the war. Mm. Because the reason is, I will tell you the reason. We've been waiting for so many years for the people to realize that the Earth's environment of the Earth is worse, it's getting worse, and no signs of stop. Mm. No one can stop. We were able to see the fact, and yeah, you could see the like a global warming and flooding, lots of flooding, or uh, iceberg on the Antarctic are melting, and like a fire in the Australia last year, and uh, yeah, like air pollution or contaminated water. There are so many, right? And but there's no sign. People can stop it. That's why we really have a strong confidence that the people would definitely destroy the earth.
Yeah, by a nuclear war.
No, not by nuclear war. Just let them be. Just by letting them be. Yeah. That's why we launched the war. To reduce the number of people, billions of people on the earth, from the earth. Mm. That's the reason. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. But you still have 3 years left. That's why, if you want to save the billions of people, you can save it, right? But 3 years later, we will launch the war. If you can, and then if you can stop the people doing bad things for the environment, then we don't need to launch the war. You are the one who are responsible for the billions of people's lives. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then see you. Bye. And then we turn off the laptop. Okay, what would you do? What would you do from now, right now?
I can only go back 3 years, or can I choose which year I want to go back to?
No, 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 you cannot go back anymore.
Just three only, 3 years.
You have only 3 years.
Oh, I see. So yeah, because you mentioned earlier that there are already thousands plotting that event, so of course it's impossible to like eliminate or like try to kill every one of them. So that's not an option because there are already a lot. You said thousands already. So maybe what's like the best choice in my mind right now is to also start my own campaign, like to educate them more or
Okay,
to
okay, wait a moment,
present
wait a
an
moment,
option.
wait a moment, wait a moment. No, no,
Okay.
no. Right now, what would you
Uh-huh.
do first? First.
First.
First, you stand up, right?
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay, literally,
oh,
literally.
literally. And then what would you do? Maybe you have to tell someone about this story,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Maybe I'll stand up first, and then, of course, maybe I can't believe it at first, so I'll have to process it in my mind and think of it, and then maybe I'll find someone I really trust, and then someone that I know who's gonna like believe me, like is gonna believe what I say, even though it sounds like not, it sounds impossible, and then I'm gonna tell that person, and we are gonna discuss about it. Maybe I'm gonna ask him or her what I'm going to do, like ask for suggestion, you know.
And then,
And then, yeah, maybe that's the time that we will start plotting what we're gonna do. Of course, like I'm gonna need someone beside me. I think I can't do it on my own. Yeah. So with that person, maybe we can find like other people we can trust, like expand the group,
mm,
have like more people, like
mm-hmm,
more talents, more connections. Of course, we will study first who are the people behind this, at like who are the people that rooted this kind of event 3 years after. Of course, we have to track them down, list them. Of course, we have to make a plan, and maybe like when we have this kind of people, we know who to target. We know which people we have to send our message across. I think the best like solution here is try to change their perspective, because their perspective as of now will just create a disaster or just destroy the world 3 years after. So I think I'll have to find a way on how to convince them, because I really think they will not be convinced when I say directly that, hey, your plan is going to destroy the world 3 years after. Of course, they will not believe that. It sounds impossible that I time traveled. So I have to collect some data, or like share or provide some like possible causes, like that is supported by logic. So hopefully it will change their mind, it will change their perspective, and we can have a better resolution for that, that will not lead to a nuclear war. Yeah, so for a better solution.
you know, you cannot, contact us anymore.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah, so that's why I can't directly tell the people that, hey, I came from the future, because no one can back up that,
uh,
like what I said. No
yeah,
one can prove. Yeah, so I will not tell like that I came from the future. Instead, I'll try to know what they're doing, and then like so that they won't be suspicious. I'll be like, hey, I know what you're planning because I have some connections. Like maybe one of the 1,000 people that are plotting, I can get connected to, and I can ask for inside information like that, and I can like slowly go to their leader, something like that. It sounds like a movie, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like slowly work my way to the leader, and then just like present him the facts in not a weird way, that he will not be surprised and think that I am crazy. Yeah, of course I'll have to present some logic. For example, I'll tell him, hey, I know this is your plan. Okay, based on my research, as you know, your plan is just going to lead into like disaster in the future. Didn't you think of that? Didn't you think of the consequences that your actions will lead in the future? There are better solutions. Okay, not war.
You mean
Something like
you are going to tell politician?
the people plotting. I'm not sure about you what you said. Are they politicians? No, or the people that roots the nuclear war. Yeah, do you get what I mean?
You mean,
So
you
you
know,
said,
uh,
yeah, you said there are 1,000 people
oh
against.
yeah, uh-huh, but you cannot convince us already, right?
Yeah,
Because we
I guess.
already have a conclusion, right? We have a power, and then we are collected by genius, right?
Mm,
Mm.
yeah, but that's the move I'm going to do. That's the first thing I think I'm going to do. So I'm not sure if it's gonna gonna be 100% effective, but of course I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah,
I have
uh-huh.
Yeah, I have 3 years to collect some facts. Like in the movies, like in the movies that they have a lot of paper and a lot of evidence, a lot of research, like statistics and logic together. So I would like tell them, do you know that this will lead to like something bad because like
You mean,
I would
wait. What you do is just convince someone.
that's the only thing I can think of
I
because
see.
of course I cannot kill them maybe because there's 1,000 of them,
Uh-huh. Yeah, of
so it
course.
is impossible to
But
kill them.
do you want to save the billions of people?
Yes, of course.
Oh, you want to save the billion. Okay. For example, what do you think in the future people would far future, far from now, right? Future far from now,
Uh-huh.
people will destroy this earth or not?
Again, one more time.
People will destroy this earth in the future or not?
I think yeah, sooner or later the earth will be in a much more worse condition
Oh,
than
I
we are
see.
now,
Uh-huh.
but not like a nuclear war. I think
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah. No. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Without a nuclear war, you think we are going towards apocalypse.
I'm not thinking of an apocalypse, but worse situation maybe slowly.
Slowly
Like
worse situation, and in the end,
maybe,
right?
but maybe I won't like reach up to that time. Maybe that will happen maybe 200 years from now.
You are expecting like that.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I can still live my life. Yeah. So if the people right now, actually this is real talk. So if the people right now don't start changing their ways, it's really possible that the earth is gonna slowly die
Yeah,
in a
right?
sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why, for example, simply say, let's say, there's a ship, right? And then 10 people are riding on the board, but the ship sank, right? And then you have a two choice. Two people survive, and then eight people died, or 10 people, all of them die, right? Which would you choose? Of course, right? It's easy, right? Two people
Yeah.
survive, right?
Yes.
Like that, right? The story of the earth is like this. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, that's why. But there's a lot of campaign right now. I'm just hoping that if this campaign stays strong, like they still continue their campaigns in the future. Like of course, like not just for us people, but also for the living creatures around us, like the sea creatures, the animals. They still have the right to live in this world
Uh-huh.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just like little by little also change our ways, or like I I know I do my part, like for example using less straws. So using metal straws for now to save the turtles, and then I think maybe there's a little progress because before we use a lot of plastics,
Mm-hmm.
but now in like fast food chains they practice using paper bags, and then when we go to markets, especially in the night market, before there were a lot of plastic bags, but now a lot of people already know how to think. So they really bring eco bags this time. So that's a progress, little by little. Hopefully, this will continue in the future. If there are still like campaigns out there
You
that
can
will
you
still
see
be,
the bright future by doing that?
I think there will be a change. There's a
I
significant
but I
change.
think for example, vote buying. No one can stop vote buying, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, but if there are some people that really stop themselves, I think 100% we cannot stop vote buying.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are some people that really can stand up and will not be swayed by vote buying, so there will be a change, a little change. So maybe maybe some will go with vote buying, but if there are more and more people that will just not get swayed by vote buying, so even by little it will rise. So it will change.
Yeah,
It has
but it's
different
impossible,
individuals.
right? It's impossible.
It's impossible to 100%
No, 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 no,
stop it.
no. It's getting the people are educated, right? Really good educated, and then people will choose not vote buying, right? And then what would they choose instead of vote buying?
They would choose the rightful politician. Or
But
what?
if there's no candidates, no good
Oh,
candidates.
yeah. I don't know. They just have to weigh maybe if there are no good candidates.
Mm.
Like, just don't mind the vote buying, but just weigh which one is, like, I know it's impossible that they're all equal, right? One person is like more up than the other, I'm sure, if you just like really think of it. Or yeah, just weigh which one is
But
better.
recently, election all comes down to who you dislike the least,
Mm,
right? Who you
yeah.
dislike the least. It means getting worse candidate
uh,
itself, right?
uh,
Yeah.
so the one you avoid, you really know who to avoid.
Mm. Right?
Yeah.
It will never getting better. It's worse,
uh,
right?
yeah, I
Oh.
think so too. Yeah. But if we don't have choice, because we still need to vote, right? Even though they are still bad, there are no good candidates, we still have to choose one.
Yeah, that's why it's a you choose a bad one, right?
Again,
You choose bad one. You have no choice but to choose bad one.
yeah. If all of them is bad, then you have no choice
Yeah,
because you still have to choose one.
right. That's why. That's
Yeah.
the reason, right? The Earth would be destroyed because of I think the Earth would be destroyed by the a person who have a power and and also who is weaker than money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem because of like needs and like poverty or like intense needs or desperate needs. There you go. Because of desperate needs, a lot of people resort to doing not good things or getting swayed by like the bad things
Right.
because of desperate need.
That's why I want you to agree with me that you have no choice but to kill billions of people, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe. But it's not bad to try maybe to want to save because part of that billions of people is my family as well.
Uh-huh.
Right? So it's at least for the 3 years I tried to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah, true, Drysa. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's why I could see the difference between man's brain and the women's brain. Yeah, yeah. Actually,なんだろう、最後まで、until the end, wait, wait. I cannot say this in English. Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, um, yeah, women always try to save the people, right? Majority of
Yeah.
people, but actually, women,
Very
um,
compassionate.
But for example, if you had a child, right, and then if your child is the side of the minority, right, you would try to save the minority, right?
Mm,
Yeah, I guess
yeah.
so. Yeah, mother like that. Mother is always like that.
Oh, yeah, because they always think of like the family or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because part of that billion is my family as well. If I don't try, of course they will die as well.
Mm-hmm.
At least I know I tried, even though it didn't have an effect. At least I know I tried to do something.
Yeah,
You know.
of course. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my answer.
you don't care about others, right? When it comes to your family.
Yeah,
Oh.
family is like the priority. It's like a nature that you will do everything for your family.
Hmm.
Okay, so we only have 15 seconds
Okay,
left.
thank you. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that was really fun. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank you very
much.
much.
It
Okay.
was a fun
Uh-huh.
discussion.
Have
We
a
hope
good
to see you
night.
again
Mm-hmm.
soon,
Bye.
Hamasaki. Have a good
Have a good
night.
night.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that is interesting. Go to the future, right? And then see the fact. It means you have a responsible for everything nowadays, right? Mm. Ah, no, nowadays. Yeah, yeah, nowadays. And then it will lead to the future, to make the future. Mm. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I will continue this topic. And here's a lot of opinion. I wanna hear the lots of perspective from many people, as many as people I can. See you later.